This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given the value of integer n, and after that we are given n lines of input. So here every line contains two integers. So the first integer is the points scored by team A and the second integer is the points scored by team B. So now using these values for n matches, we have to find the winner and print whether the winner is team A or team B or the match is tie. So first let us calculate the total points scored by team A. So I am creating total points of A. So the total points scored by team A will be the sum of all the integers in the first column. So 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10. So the total points scored by team A is 60. Similarly, we have to find the total points scored by team B. So for team B, the total points will be sum of all the integers in the second column. So 15 plus 10 plus 20 plus 20, which is equal to 65. So now these are the total points scored by team A and team B. Now we have to find the total number of victories for team A and team B. So in the first match, team A has won more points than team B. So team A has won the match. So totally one win. And in the second match also team A has won. So total wins for the team A is 2 and the total wins for team B is equal to 2, because the first two match is won by team A and the last two match is won by team B. So both the teams have won equal number of matches. And now another thing we have to calculate is the last round winner. So in the last round, the team A scored 10 points and team B scored 20 points. So the team B has won the match. So the last round winner is equal to team B. So these are all the three values which we need to print our output. And while printing our output, first we have to check whether which team has maximum number of wins. So in this case, both team A and team B has won same number of matches. So the total wins of A is equal to 2 and the total wins of B is also equal to 2. So in those cases, the next condition we have to check for is the total points. So whenever the total wins is equal to same, we have the next condition we have to check is total points. So the total points scored by team A is 60 and the total points scored by team B is 65. So team B has more points than team A. So in this case, we have to print team B as our output because they have more points than team A. Here we are printing team B as our output. Suppose let us assume the total points scored by the team B is also equal to 60. So initially the total wins are same, and also we are assuming that the total points scored by team B is also equal to 60. So what happens is both the teams have won same number of matches and both the team have same number of points. So in those cases we have to consider the last round winner. So in this case the last round winner is team B. So our output will also be team B. Suppose if the match is tie in the last round, then our total output must be tie. So these are the values how we should be printing our output. Now let us see our logic. So the integer n defines the total number of matches, and then I am creating some integer variables, total points for team A and then total points for team B, and then A wins, B wins. So these are all the integers which I have created. So now we have to accept n lines of input. So in every line we will be accepting two integers, value 1 and value 2. So the value 1 is the points scored by team A and the value 2 is the points scored by team B. So in every iteration we have to add these values to the variables A total points and B total points. So after the execution of the loop, we have the total points scored by team A and team B. And the next thing we have to calculate is wins. So if the value 1 is greater than value 2, the team A has won. Else if value 2 is greater than value 1, then we increment the variable B wins. So again after the execution of the loops, we can determine the total number of wins by team A and team B. And also we need to check for the last round winner. So the last match will be I minus 1, that is when the index I is equal to n minus 1. So if I is equal to n minus 1, and then if value 1 is greater than value 2, then the last round winner is equal to 0. Else if value 2 is greater than value 1, then I set last round winner is equal to 1. Initially I have set last round winner is equal to -1. So if I set last round is equal to 0, then it means team A has won. Else if it is 1, then it means team B has won. And now we are going to print our output. So first I am going to check whether the absolute difference between the team A win and team B win is equal to 0 or not. So if it is not equal to 0, then we have to print our output based on the total number of victories. So if A wins is greater than B wins, then we print A, then else we print team B as our output. And then if both the team has won same number of matches, then we have to print based upon their total points. So if the absolute difference between the wins is equal, then we also check whether the absolute difference between points is not equal. Only then we can print our output based upon the total points. So in this case we check for the total points. So if A total points is greater than B total points, we print A, else we print B. And then the third case is we have to check whether both has won the same number of matches and both have same number of points. So if this is the case, we have to check whether last round winner. So in the else if condition, again the absolute difference between wins is equal to 0, and then the absolute difference between the points is equal to 0, and the last round must be equal to -1. Only then we can determine the winner based upon the last round. So if last round is equal to 0, we print A, else we print team B. Suppose if all of these conditions are failed, then we have to print tie as our output.